Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
Government staffers have misconduct in public office charges filed against them.
Also tonight, a company with a long history in the NMI could soon be running the #1 tourism attraction.
And on Tinian, it's been 80 years since the bombing run was made. The keynote speaker asked, "What have we learned?"
In sports, top regional badminton teams square off in Ada Gem.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Yeah. What's a snack wrap?
Boom. Back when we wore velour from the top of the head to the tip of the toe, the snack wrap was no joke. Takes me back. What you know about that juicy chicken? That shredded cheese. Come close. Ranch. I did everything to bring it back, nephew. Talk to me.
Educate. Get him.
Okay, yeah, say less, Aunt. Let me do the snack wrap.
Yeah, let him do the snack wrap.
Can I get both, please?
Double him up.
Distracted driving can cause car crashes. Here are some tips on how to stay safe while driving on the road. Be sure to pay close attention and share what you have learned with your family and friends. Do not text while driving. For your safety, it can wait. Do not let your passengers distract you. Do not adjust the radio or climate controls. No eating or drinking while driving. Stay alert, no daydreaming. No grooming or applying makeup while driving. Remember, you drive, you text, you pay. Drive safely, CNMI. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Hafaday, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on 8/8 from our studio high up on Capitol Hill.
The Attorney General's office has filed criminal charges against 4 government officials alleging improper payment of annual leave totaling close to $100,000. A penal summons has been issued for Henry Hofschneider, Larissa Flores, Teresita Camacho, and Aloyra Macaranas. Charges include misconduct in public office and possession or removal of government property. The charges center around May and June of 2023. And around money that was apparently paid out for accrued leave as former mayor's office employees transition up to Capitol Hill to work for the lieutenant governor. But according to the information filed, the expenditure was made without the mayor of Saipan's approval. Current governor and former mayor David Apatang.
That's regarding my staff, from the mayor's office also. I think there's a misunderstanding on those things. They say that it's illegal. What they did was illegal, but evidently they won't do anything illegal if it wasn't signed. So when they were separated from the mayor's office, the mayor signs off the separation. So I'm not sure whether they sign off that they're authorized to be paid on their leave, whatever left. But I know that the Department of Finance will not pay you unless it's signed off.
Aptang adds that staffing records taken from the office were temporary records.
A lot of those have sensitive information like Social Security numbers in there, so when they move out of there, they have to take their records with them.
He goes on to say that the summons came as a surprise.
I was aware that there were the OPA was here, talking to them about that, but I thought it's long over. It has been almost 2 years.
The 4 former mayor's office staff members are scheduled to appear in Superior Court on August 25th.
On Tinian, the community came together for a solemn ceremony marking the anniversary of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima. It was a day of remembrance and a call for peace.
With the Pacific Ocean nestled around Tinian as a backdrop, residents, visitors, and officials gathered to pay their respects. Flowers and coconuts were set adrift, symbols of prayers carried out to sea. The crowd walked softly, candles in hand, making their way to the Tinian Peace Park. Candles of green, red, pink gently placed around the memorial, just under paper cranes, the flags of the United States, Japan, and the Marianas flying nearby. The keynote address by James Mendiola Jr. Close your eyes.
Now watch with me at 8:16 a.m. as men of our flag, for the sake of duty, for the sake of victory, for the sake of ending war, for the sake of proving our terrible and horrifying brilliance, drops Little Boy on the unsuspecting people of Hiroshima.
Colonel Tibbets and crew flew the B-29 towards Japan, its belly filled with a bomb nicknamed Little Boy.
It consumes the air and ignites the fire, reaching 7,000 degrees and destroying with unimaginable cruelty with the force of 15 kilotons of TNT. Imagine with me as hell rips open and swallows the city whole, pouring fire and brimstone onto the children, the elderly, the infants, the brothers, the sisters, the mothers, the fathers. In an instant, the ingenuity of man, the work of the most brilliant amongst us, tore flesh from bone, pulverizing, disintegrating, ripping 80,000 souls from their bodies.
There are 140,000 tiles in this room at the Peace Park in Hiroshima, each tile representing a person who died by the end of 1945. Sadako Sasaki was 2 years old on August 6, 1945. The initial blast hurled her through a window.
She survives with no apparent injuries. Now imagine with me, watch Sadako grow up seemingly healthy. Watch as her classmates marvel at her swift and capable legs. Like you, like your children, she has friends. She has a family. She is loved.
Following the war, Sadako's family worked towards a better life. But as Sadako grew, there was something terribly wrong.
Notice with me, as this once energetic girl is admitted to hospital at the age of 12, fatigue and pain settling into her body, leukemia digs deep, stretching roots into Sadako.
To the Japanese, the paper crane symbolizes long life and good fortune, and the young cancer patient got to work.
Align, crease, and fold. Please make me better. Align, crease, and fold. Please make me better.
Hiroshima had gone from the summer colors of Japan to a city of black and white. The brightly colored cranes gave her hope.
Now folding 1,000 cranes, and how 1,000 cranes would grant her a wish. Sadako sees hope, and she busily starts folding her cranes. Her wish is simple: to be better, to see her classmates, to run freely with abandon. Energized, by the end of August, Sadako folds 1,000 cranes, and it is strung around her hospital room.
On October 25, 1955, 8 months after her initial diagnosis, with paper still waiting to be folded, her little hand stopped folding. 3 years later, a children's peace monument was unveiled in Hiroshima, and to this day it gets a daily contribution of cranes from all over the world.
This is our cry. This is our prayer. Peace in the world, inscribed for all to see. And here we are, come back to 80 years later. Sadako's story lives on. She has come to represent the thousands of children that suffered the cruelty of war. Her story and monument has become entwined with our desire for peace. It has become entwined with the indomitable nature of the human spirit.
As Mendiola reflects on the past 80 years, he poses some hard-hitting questions that perhaps have no good answers.
We live in a world where one modern nuclear weapon has the capacity to dwarf the devastation and consequences of Little Boy and Fat Man combined. We live in a world in which we still bomb indiscriminately. We live in a world where some hide behind patriotism and use phrases like necessary evil or resettlement to justify the wanton killing and starvation of children. The most cynical amongst us might question the point of sharing Sadako's story. What was it? What has it contributed?
The park was silent, barely a wisp of wind to fly the flags. The world is so big, the problem's so great, the hatred so fierce. But the message is clear. Don't let the size of the problem give you reason to sit idle. As the wreaths were laid and the white doves took to the air, the little girl who folded 1,000 paper cranes will continue as a symbol of hope and of the cost of war. Her hopes and dreams etched into each of us.
You can learn from the Bataan Death March. You can learn from Dachau. You can learn from Auschwitz. You can learn from the stories of Iwo Jima. You can learn from our people's hardship and sacrifice, and then you teach. You share. You support, and you guide the future. The truth is that these efforts will not be easy, but every day, be the love in your home. Be the patient hand. Be the warmth in your neighborhood. Be the pillar in your community. And most of all, embody peace. Be peace.
From the island where the Hiroshima mission began 80 years ago, Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
We are going to have more from Tinian and the 80th anniversary later on in tonight's program.
Tan Holdings could soon be the new operators of Maaga Island. The number one tourist attraction in the Mariana Islands has been without an operator for much of the last 5 years. Tassi Tours' last day of operating the island was in August of 2020. Marianas Global was on site for a year but were evicted for non-payment, and DPL has been managing the property on a month-to-month basis. A recent request for proposal has been completed, 2 bids were submitted, and while DPL will not comment publicly on the bidders, industry insiders say that Tan Holdings was given at least the preliminary go-ahead.
So we did issue a notice of intent to award, and we are currently working with our legal counsel to clear the contract, the agreement, to make sure that what they proposed and is inserted into our agreement accordingly.
Isomar says there's still more steps in the process.
And once that's done, and if our counsel is okay with it, then the person who's received the notice of intent to award, or the entity, of course, will be given our final feedback from our legal counsel, and we'll move from there. If it's all good, then we'll issue them the notice to proceed once the AG affirms through our AAG counsel.
Coming up, an old new senator joins the CNMI legislature.
And a Tinian boy returns to the home of his youth. You don't want to miss either of these stories. Next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
Heat stroke is one of the leading causes of non-crash, vehicle-related fatalities among children. Vehicle heat stroke occurs when a child is left in a hot vehicle, allowing for the child's temperature to rise in a quick and deadly manner. In today's fast-paced world and with our busy schedules, we often tell ourselves that we would never leave our child in the back seat of the car, yet it can still happen. Take action if you notice a child alone in a car. Protecting children is everyone's business. Even in cooler temperatures, your vehicle can heat up to dangerous temperatures very quickly. Keep your vehicle locked and keep your keys out of reach. Make it a habit to look before you lock and avoid putting children at risk of heat stroke. Help us prevent hot car deaths in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands Department of Public Safety.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals, so upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
At Mariana's Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Let's go! Let's go.
Welcome back. You're watching the Friday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
Third time's a charm. For the third time, Paul Manglona is sworn into the CNMI Senate after misfortune strikes. In 2013, he was seated after Senator Azuzu was convicted of smuggling fruit bats. In 2016, he succeeded Victor Hakog after he was elevated to the post of lieutenant governor. And just yesterday, in 2025, Paul Manglona is ceremoniously seated into the CNMI Senate as a representative of the island of Rota, replacing Dennis Mendiola, who was elevated to the post of lieutenant governor after the untimely passing of Governor Arnold Palacios. Newly installed Senate President Carl King Neighbors calls the Senate to session, invites Mr. Manglona into the Senate chamber for approval. He is then sworn in by Judge Teresa Kim Tenorio.
And that I will faithfully discharge my duties.
And that I will faithfully discharge my duties.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Now Senator Paul Manglona addresses his colleagues, his constituents, and his full House of supporters.
But believe it or not, this marks my third vacancy appointment to the Senate, a very rare privilege that I do not take lightly. With 8 senatorial elections, 3 vacancy appointments, including this one today, over a span of over 36 years, I am honored to have had the opportunity to serve our people in the Commonwealth for such an extended period.
The new Senate poses for photo ops, and Senator Paul Manglona.
You always want to go in the normal way, but I just, there's no words to explain what's been happening. I've been here since 1987. It seems that, I was unfortunate in some of the elections, and I find myself coming back. Anyway, like I said, I don't take this lightly. Still, I'm here to represent the people of Rhoda and the Commonwealth, so I'm going to be working with my colleagues, as I stated, and we got a lot of work to do. Suffering is tough out there, and the economy is so bad.
Family and service seem to be a theme in Mr. Manglona's life.
My parents and my uncle, who both served for decades also, like myself, and so I guess we're hanging around with these people that have the interests of the islands and the people in their hearts. So it seems to be with me, and every time I thought I'm in retirement, I'm back, and I guess could be. It's unfortunate because for example, our very good governor Arnold Palacios, loved by the people, but because of his untimely passing, I'm back. But again, for whatever mysterious reason, I'm back, and I'm always happy to help our people. I was kind of like enjoying, waking up at, late and sleeping during the day, but I guess I have to put back my working shoes and start rolling out my sleeves.
A Japanese man says he's not just a boy, he's a Tinian boy. Born during the throes of World War II, he's on Tinian this week and speaks about war and peace. 82-year-old Mitsuo Gima was in attendance for the 80th year commemoration of the World War II atomic bombings held on Tinian.
I born this island, 1943, July 24.
Gima and his family moved to Okinawa shortly after the war ended. He has been back and forth at least 15 times since. He shared that Tinian is not just his birthplace, but also his furusato, his home. His family resided on Tinian for 20 years, and he lost 2 of his brothers to the war.
こういう悲しい思い出と楽しい思い出を入り混ざっている大事な私のふるさと、それがテニアンなんですね。
He goes on to say that the World War II battles in the Marianas and Okinawa were similar in a way.
陸上で、人対人が向き合って血を見ながらやった戦争、むごい戦争ですね。
But the atomic bombs dropping on Japan are a different story. For Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they didn't directly have a battle on ground.
500-600メーター上空で原子爆弾が爆発して一気に失うわけですね。あれもむごたらしい、やけどが中心ですから、焼かれるから。
He continues by saying that although the form of war is different, both are a big sin that should never be committed by people. He explains that war decisions are made by the leaders of countries, and it is our duty as citizens to choose good leaders.
恒久平和をみんなの力で掴んでまいりましょう。
Gima says he is deeply moved by the event held on Tinian and the display of commitment to peace. He left the Marianas at a young age, grew up in Okinawa, served as a politician for 43 years, and retired when he turned 76. Yet he still beams with pride about being from Tinian.
私はちょうどその頃3歳のベビーでした。ですから今82歳で白髪もこんなしてますけれど、テニアンボーイです。
Coming up in sports, a flower of a girl takes her gray belt to the mats in Guam. Stay tuned.
Aw, they got rained out! But no worries, the 23rd annual Hand Me Charity Classic Golf Tournament has been rescheduled to Saturday, August 9. Same great course, Lao Lao, same grid format, Blackjack Double Peoria, same great price, only $130. Sign up today for your chance to win one of the awesome hole-in-one prizes. Join us and support the Commonwealth Cancer Association at the Hand Me Charity Classic Golf Tournament now on August 9th.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenos sports fans! This weekend on the island of Guam, the annual Patgoon Jiu-Jitsu tournament empowering youth grapplers ever since. Kuki Alvarez and Trench Tech are wrangling 14 competitors aged 6 to 14 to travel across the Philippine Sea to compete this weekend in a grappling tournament at the University of Guam Fieldhouse. One of the competitors is Iris Kitagua. And where did you grow up?
I grew up here on the island, Saipan.
Iris lives in Capitol Hill and goes to Grace Christian Academy.
I'm competing in Guam for Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm representing Saipan. So we do it by weight, belt, and age.
Okay. So what belt are you?
I'm a gray belt with 3 stripes.
What does that mean?
I'm a 3rd category gray belt.
Wow. Does that mean how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu?
I've been doing jiu-jitsu for about 5 years.
Wow. So you've been doing it since you were 4 years old?
5 years old.
Okay. Now I've seen your mom. Yes. She looks really young. You can beat her up, right? Iris and her mom, Jacqueline, just happen to look exactly alike. I'm just saying. And Iris has been successful in competition.
I do really well. I normally win medals, but when I don't, it's okay because it's normally just for having fun. I love that you can meet new people, and it's also a really good way to learn self-defense. And it's also really fun, so just have fun.
Iris will be competing in Japan in November, but this weekend it is Guam. It is Patgoon Jiu-Jitsu. It is fun.
Heated games in this week's badminton competitions. Let's take a look. The Crown Plaza Northern Marianas Open is underway. The Century Insurance Saipan International is to follow. Communications Officer for Badminton Oceania, Crystal Clark.
So we have two awesome events that are happening over these next 2 weeks. They are BWF International Challenge tournaments, which means that the top players in the world are coming to the island and competing for world ranking points, and also just the glory of winning a major tournament.
NMI's Lina Tsukagoshi went up against Chinese Taipei's Yu Xiangqiu and Yuan Chi Lao and took a loss but is still in good spirits.
I think it was a good experience going against these high-class players, but this is like the lowest class tournament in like BWF, and it's still very difficult, but it was a good game and I'm happy.
Billy Lee is from New Zealand and he was partnered with Tsukagoshi in a mixed doubles match. He says they don't really get to practice together much, being from different countries.
I'm actually really proud of our results, even we don't get to practice, but I still think we play really well.
Calvin Devereaux just off the heated match between NMI.
It's always tough to play against home crowd team, of course, but it's also for us jet lag wise. It was a tough fight physically more than mentally, actually.
It's Devereaux and his partner Desiree Topfer's first time on Saipan. He says that was one of the deciding factors in coming here, along with the variety of countries they can go up against compared to the same pairings in European competitions.
I've been in the game for a long time. I've played badminton for over 20 years, and you've never heard about Saipan, for example, hosting any games. And only in the last 3-4 years, I think, they started actually hosting. And now that they've actually gone up to the international challenge level and doing 2 of the tournaments after each other, that's quite a lot of organization. And to actually get that done in just such a short amount of time is very impressive.
17-year-old Jenilyn Joy Lansangan and 16-year-old Jude Malari won their mixed doubles match against Germany.
So going against a different country, especially Germany, we were very nervous at first. We weren't sure how we do or the performance we deliver. So I'm very proud of the both of us.
It felt surreal since we were in round 16. Before we couldn't even reach round 16 before we were only like round 64. So it was really exciting that we win and we're in the quarterfinals.
The semifinals and finals are scheduled for this weekend.
I just think that a lot of people don't realize how exciting badminton is as a sport. It's one of those things that you don't realize how fast it is, how exciting it can be until you see it in person. So I would really say that if anyone gets the opportunity to, they should come down, just witness a game or two, and you'll be able to see some of the top players in the world play.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight we'll have only a 20% chance of isolated showers with mild breezes and low temperatures of around 80 degrees. The weekend will stay lovely CNMI with a 30% chance of isolated rainfall, gentle breezes, and high temperatures of around 86 degrees and lows of around 80 degrees. The sun will set at 6:44 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow at 6:01 a.m. just in time for the local artisans to start picking flowers for their Mars and their leis to present at the Art of the Park Revival beachside at the Susupe Civic Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I will see you and them in the water or on the land.
Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, Sinamai.
Have a great weekend, and we will see you again on Monday.